right, the court is calling case number 2020 DCM 1141. This is a hearing on a suit affecting parent-child relationship. Parties in this case are, I have you down as Mr. Cohen, you signed in as Diary.
Yes.
You're the same individual, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I have Ms. Yadira Parra, who have also signed in. Ms. Parra, you
Yes,
still?
sir.
All right, very well. My name is Antonio Rodriguez. I'm the associate judge for the Title Court here in El Paso, Texas. This matter is being handled through the Zoom application. There's some background noises. I need to
I know.
keep it quiet as much as possible, please. All right, we're appearing on this Zoom application since we cannot appear in court due to the current pandemic crisis that's going on. The Supreme Court of the state of Texas and the Council of Judges have authorized the courts to conduct remote hearings, and we're doing so through this application that's called through the Zoom. This case or this hearing is being live streamed through the YouTube channel. That's also in accordance with the Texas rules that we have to conduct all hearings and make it available to the public. However, as soon as this hearing is complete, we can go ahead and delete any such live streaming. I am recording the evidence, and it is I'm the only authorized individual who can record the testimony in this case. I'm going to ask parties not to record anything that is going to happen today. If you all do that, you could be held in contempt of court for recording any such evidence. The ground rules basically are, this is going to be recorded, and counsel for the Attorney General's office will ask questions of the individuals who are present today. I would ask parties not to talk over each other or interrupt each other because, as you can tell already, there's some audio problems that sometimes that happens, and I can't hear both parties talking at the same time. Okay, you are in court before me here today, so I would ask that parties conduct themselves according to the normal courtroom decorum. All right, those are the basic ground rules in this case. I'll ask either Mr. Knopf or I think Ms. Kaplan has, oh, there she is. I didn't see her. I don't know which AG will be conducting the hearing for today. I'll ask for announcement at this time.
Douglas Knopf, with the Office of the Attorney General, ready to proceed.
Okay. All right, and Mr. Chacon, are you ready to proceed today, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to proceed.
All right, and Ms. Parra, are you ready to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, okay, I don't have any visual on you. I'm gonna ask both of you to please raise your right hand so I can swear you in, assuming that you are raising your right hands. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Sorry, Ms. Chaco, Ms. Parra, I didn't hear you very well.
I do.
All right, thank you. All right, both parties answered in the affirmative. All right, Mr. Knopf, go ahead, sir.
State calls Ms. Yadira Parra. Ma'am, could you please state your name for the court?
Yadira Parra.
What is the name of your child before the court today?
Isaiah Chacon.
When was that child born?
It's 10/7/2013.
Have you ever been married, Ms. Chacon, or Ms. Parra?
Yes.
Who are you married to?
Mr. Luis Chacon. I'm still married.
When did you get married?
2/4/2013. I mean, sorry, 2/14. Sorry, 2/14/2013.
I'm sorry, what was the year again?
2013?
So before the birth of your child.
Yes.
And just to clarify, have you ever been divorced?
No, no, sir.
Is Isaiah the only child born within the marriage?
Yes, sir.
When did you and Mr. Chacon separate?
I believe last year on around August.
So August 2019.
Yes, correct. Around there.
Is Mr. Chacon the father of Isaiah?
Yes.
Could there be anybody else?
No, 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 no.
Where does Isaiah presently live?
Right now he's with both of us. One day he stays with me, and the other day he stays with him. But right now he's with me.
Who makes the day-to-day decisions for this child?
We both do, I guess.
What is Mr. Chacon's relationship like with the child?
Pretty. It's pretty good. No, no complaints on it.
How often does he have possession of the child?
Like I said, every other day when, and then we do one weekend, and then he does the other weekend. So right now we are actually doing, I guess you can say 50-50 for now.
Do you have any safety concerns about leaving the child alone with Mr. Chacon?
No, not at all.
How is the child covered for health insurance?
He was, well, right now I believe it ends tomorrow. He TRICARE military because of Mr. Luis Chacon, but I know he got him insurance with his new job right now. Since and then once I can get an insurance, since my ends as well tomorrow, I'll put him in my insurance here at work as well.
So to clarify, the child is covered both under TRICARE and through Mr. Chacon's employer?
Yes, yes, correct.
Do you know how much that insurance costs through the employer?
I believe he stated less than $20, I believe. Well, that they take out of his paycheck.
Do you know how often he's paid?
No, sir, I wouldn't know. I believe it's once a month or paycheck.
Are you working right now, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Where are you working?
I work for a road tech company in healthcare.
How much do you make a month?
I get every 2 weeks $800, $824. So it's about like, hold on, let me see. like 1,700 a month.
And is that before or after taxes?
That's after taxes. I'm sorry, yeah, once they take out the taxes, that's what I get.
Do you know if Mr. Chacon has any other children under the age of 18 besides Isaiah?
No, that's just say there.
Has Mr. Chacon provided support for Isaiah since you separated in August of 2019?
Yes, he has.
What has he provided?
Because he helps me when I need money or when I need groceries for Isaiah.
Are you seeking retroactive support to cover the time between present day and when y'all separated?
No.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay.
State will call Mr. Luis Chacon.
All right, go ahead.
Sir, could you please state your name for the court?
Luis Daniel Chacon.
What is the name of your child before the court today?
Isaiah Devon Chacon.
When were they born?
10/7/13.
Were they born while you were married to Ms. Parra?
Yes, sir.
Are you the father of this child?
Yes, sir.
Could there be anybody else?
No, sir.
When did you and Ms. Parra separate?
August 2019.
And where does Isaiah primarily live these days?
We split them 50-50. If we change them every other weekend and every other day. So if it's my weekend this weekend, I'll have them Monday, Wednesday, and then throughout the weekend. And she'll have them Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
So you see your child fairly often?
Yes, sir. Every day.
What's your relationship like with the child?
It's great. I love my son. Everybody says that I'm a really good father. So yeah, I'll be there for whatever he needs.
Do you have any safety concerns about leaving the child with Ms. Parra?
Not at all. She's a great mother.
How is the child covered for insurance?
Right now, he's currently under TRICARE, but he is also covered under Lidos Inc., which is the company that I work for.
And how much is the cost of those insurance premiums through your employer?
It's $100 a month.
Does that include dental coverage?
Yes, sir.
Is there a separate cost for the dental coverage?
I believe so. I think it's like $22 a month.
Is that in addition to the 100 for healthcare, or is that
Yes, sir.
included in 100?
No, it's another cost for the dental.
Do you have any problem continuing to cover the child under healthcare through your employer?
No, not at all.
Where did you say you were working these days?
Lidos, L as in Lima, E as in Echo, I as in India, D as in Delta, O as in Oscar, S as in Sierra.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a military contractor. I work on the THAAD missile systems.
How much do you make a month?
Well, I'm based off of salary, so I make $63,000 a year.
Is that before or after taxes?
Before taxes.
Do you have any other children under the age of 18?
No, sir.
Have you provided support for Isaiah since your separation from Ms. Parra in August of 2019?
Yes, sir.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay. Any other evidence or testimony?
At this time, the state will rest subject to a brief closing argument and recommendations.
Okay. Mr. Chacon, how is it that Isaiah is covered on TRICARE?
I got out of the military in February. So they gave me, since I had done more than 10 years, they gave me 6 months as a separation package.
Okay.
So he's still covered under TRICARE.
Okay. So those 6 months will, when will the 6 months expire?
1 August.
August. Okay. All right, thank you, sir. Ms. Knopf, any other questions for either party?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Based on the testimony presented here today, I'm going to go ahead and appoint both parties joint managing conservators of the child. Ms. Parra will have the primary possession of the child. It appears that parties are able to work with each other as far as any visitation with the child. So I'm going to leave a visitation to be at reasonable places that the parties can agree upon. Normally, we issue an order for what we call the standard visitation schedule, standard possession order, which for the age of 3, which I say is over, that standard possession order has visitation on the first, third, and fifth weekend of each month, and then provides for during the week. If the parties can be reasonable with each other, and so far it does seem to the court that both parties are reasonable with each other and encourage visitation, I'll leave it up time to be reasonable with each other. And if for some reason in the future it becomes necessary for the standard visitation schedule to apply, then that's when that visitation will apply. Okay. There's a request for non-disclosure. Ms. Parra, do you have any plans at this time to move out of El Paso County for either for educational purposes or employment opportunities?
No, sir. No, not right now.
All right. So if I were to order that the child remain at all times here in El Paso County, Texas, would you have any problem with that?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. Geographical restriction to El Paso. Of course, that can always be lifted in case there later on down the line, like I say, for either employment or educational purposes to move out of El Paso. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Child support obligations. What is the state's recommendation?
State recommends that the child should continue to be covered under Mr. Chacon's health insurance and dental insurance as that is available at a reasonable cost for the foreseeable future. I calculate his gross monthly income as $5,250 based on the $63K a year before taxes as provided by Mr. Chacon's testimony. From that, I've derived a calculation of child support at $830 per month to start July 1st, 2020 and continuing monthly thereafter. State is going to recommend that child support be set in that amount. However, as the parties are not presently seeking retroactive support and there's no state interest in the matter, we're not going to be requesting any retro at this time.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chacon, you heard the recommendation of the Attorney General's office with regard to the child support amount. Based on your income and based on the guidelines, the recommended amount of child support is $803 a month.
Yeah. What was that amount again, sir?
$803.
Okay,
$830.
I'm sorry,
$830.
Mr. Canuck, what was it?
830.
830.
Okay.
You're okay with that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you are to provide the coverage for health insurance for your son.
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Right. Ms. Parra, you heard the recommendation of the state with regard to the child support obligations and the insurance for the.
Yes,
Are you in
yes,
agreement
Honor.
with their recommendation, ma'am?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. All right. Court will follow recommendations that child support has recommended and that Mr. Chacon continue with the health insurance for the child.
Okay.
Is there anything else? Any other issue? Any questions that either party has?
No, sir.
No, Your Honor.
Right, Mr. Knopf, we cover all the issues.
Just to clarify, so possession access is to occur by agreement, but are we including the standard possession as a fallback position?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. In which case, nothing else from the state.
Okay. All right, Mr. Knopf, will you go ahead and prepare the order, which I have rendered today. Send it to me through that DocuSign. I will sign it. And once I sign it, it'll be filed with the clerk's office. And copies will be sent to the parties within a reasonable time after it's signed by the court and filed with the clerk's office. All right, unless there's anything else, that will conclude our hearing for today. The court appreciates both of you cooperating with each other as far as the child and your participation in today's hearing. That will conclude our hearing for today. Parties can go ahead and sign off, and you all have a good, safe, healthy day. All right, thank you all very much.
Thank you, too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Still happens, Rios. Signed in. Okay. I wish they were all friendly like that.
Yeah, seriously.
No issues. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I think that's all for today, this morning.
All right. See you at 1, Judge.
See you all this afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Knoll, Ms. Kaplan.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, JC, you got it all.
Yes, sir. I set it for EJ next week. I know Doug usually he sets the hearings he'll turn in the orders pretty quick.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I still sent it for EJ. I just have a question on one case, Narvaez and Contreras. It should be at the bottom of page 1.
Ready by? Oh, okay. No, not really. Yes, that's gone.
Okay.
They haven't tested. There's no results. I don't know what the deal is. He was supposed to be tested at TDC. If he's still there.
And then on the case for the afternoon, sir, you only,
They only have one case.
okay, because I just show that only the NCP was served on Cano.
Yeah. I don't know. If she shows up, fine. If she doesn't, pues ni modo.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I didn't, everything else is the same thing. They either haven't issued service,
Mhm.
or there's no return. Yeah, that's it. Oh, no, they didn't either issue service or have any, there's no return on any of the files.
None of them. Okay, sir.